60.1% is the infant mortality rate in South Sudan. Many families don't have the right health care to give birth in a hospital. This makes the population decrease. Although my country is very pretty, there are severe problems that need to be addressed. Over half the population of South Sudan doesn't have food for every meal and are reaching severe hunger levels. Hello, my name is Naima. I am 12 years old. I live here in Juba, the capital of South Sudan, with my mom Kajak and my two younger sisters Yar and Yinu. My dad died last year suffering from pneumonia. My family didn't have the right healthcare coverage or money to pay for the treatment, so it got worse and worse and he eventually passed away. I miss him a lot and I think of him every day. Ever since I was a kid, I helped my mom with chores inside and outside the house. When my sisters came along, I was a big caretaker of them. Only about 59% of my country's population has quick access to clean water. Luckily, my family isn't too far away. The White Nile is the closest river source from my home and is about a 20-minute walk with all the buckets we bring there and back. Every day, me and my mom drag buckets to the river to collect water. Most of the time, my sisters walk beside us, although sometimes they help us bring the water back. Me and my sisters are in the 70% of kids who are not in school. My mom can afford basic needs and school all at once. Even if we went to school, we would not learn much because of uneducated teachers, when the literacy rate is 34.5% for people over 15 who can't read or write. We live in a small mud and reed house called a tuko. My mom works in agriculture with 80% of South Sudan's population too. Agriculture is the main income in my country. Most of the time, me and my sisters help her in the fields by cutting crops and planting seeds. The average income here is 247.50 SSP, which is about $1.90 in America. The first war happened and lasted 17 years until an agreement signed in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, which led to the creation of Southern Sudan region. In 1983, the Second War happened when President Gaffar Namri declared the country an Islamic state and revoked the autonomy of the majority Christian SSAR. It was the longest in African history. In 2011, South Sudan people voted on secession from Sudan, with national casting votes from Sudan. After a month, the votes were majority with 98%, so Sudan and South Sudan separated, making it the 54th country of Africa. Although there were downsides of living in South Sudan, it is very beautiful. There are 5 national parks: Boma, Benito, Lentito, Namu, and Shambi. Every year on Environment Day, everyone spends time outside and admires the beauty around us. The food in my country is really good. Some foods that I love are kirsha, a thin fermented bread, asada, a lump of flour and water, okra, a crop, and fava beans. The clothes in my country can show status of social class, what clan or tribe, or what gender. Long, loose-fitting, white or pastel-colored robes. Kinds made by farmers have wide sleeves for the heat and some pockets to hold stuff. I wear a long cloth draped around the body and the head, called a tube. Me and my family are Christians, with over 60% of the population being it too. Me and my sisters love to play football, soccer as they call it in the United States, with the kids in our town. We use a ball made of disposed materials like plastic, strips of cloth, and banana leaves. Only 51% of the population has access to clean water within 30 minutes. Water is an important part of survival. Without access to clean water, dehydration is very common. If you consume dirty, contaminated water, there are high chances for common diseases like diarrhea and pneumonia. Around 75% of all children deaths are due to those preventable diseases. Only 9% of the population uses the internet and has a cell phone, versus in the United States, 98% have a cell phone. It has always been my dream to own one, but I know that's just a dream. But what I think my country struggles with most is food insecurity. Many times, me and my sisters don't know if our mom could provide a meal that day. It's hard sometimes. Conflict in Juba destroys farms and sometimes make it unsafe to grow or sell crops. With climate change, the droughts and floods are causing food prices to skyrocket. My mom sometimes doesn't get the money we need to afford the food that our bodies need. Over half the population, about 7 million people, are left not knowing if they will eat that day. I hate to see my mom when days get bad. She will sit on the floor staring at money, knowing she doesn't have the money to afford all 3 kids. Some ways I think I could help food insecurity are building up food distribution centers, supporting organizations donating to food aid landing in South Sudan, possibly moving food and medical supplies to remote areas before the rainy season blocks the roads. One that could help my mom feed us is introducing flood-resistant crops like rice, sorghum, and cowpeas. Over half the population of South Sudan doesn't have food for every meal and are reaching severe hunger levels. If you could take consideration, you could make a change to help mine and my friends' lives.